Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Innal hamdalillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa sayyiati a'malina may yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa may yudlilhu fala hadiya lahu. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Usikum wa iyaya awalan bittaqullah faqad faza al-muttaqun. قال الله تعالى في القرآن الكريم بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. وقال الله أيضا يا أيها الناس كلوا مما في الأرض حلالا طيبا ولا تتبعوا خطوات الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وبعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. All brothers and sisters who have been following us on this program, our online program, and on NMC, our new Muslim class. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all of us, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us have a fast recovery for those who are not been well, and then grant us health and strength so that we can move forward for the betterment of ourselves and fellow mankind. Firstly, because before we start, we have been informed that our beloved brother Dr. Bilal Philip is not been so well, so we keep on praying for his fast recovery, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase her sabr, and also may Allah reward him for the patience that he is going through when the person is not been well, and also all the brothers and sisters who have been with us and who have been following us until today. May Allah grant all of you safety wherever you are and protect all of us. And for those who have passed away, we ask Allah to forgive the soul and make them be among the righteous people till the day of judgment. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward all of us with Jannah al-Firdaus al-A'la, paradise. Amin ya Rabbal Alamin. Brother and sister, we are talking about life. We are talking about reality. In Islam, Islam is a complete way of life. Islam here is to teach us, to guide us what to do, what not to do, what to eat, what to drink, what not to eat, what to drink, and so on. So in Islam, something that Allah Rabbul Alameen have informed us in the Holy Quran, Allah is telling us it is He who has made the earth submissive to you, so traverse its path and eat what He provides. Meaning Allah created the earth, and everything that you can see on planet Earth is to serve us, for us to utilize it in the best manner. Never one Allah created a thing without a purpose. That is one we must remember. So life is about eating, drinking, doing business, transaction, so that financially we are independent, so that we do not be a burden to ourselves, to our family, and to the society. This is important. But before we move into about financial transaction, livelihood, I would like to inform all the good brothers and sisters what Islam have said about this. Number one, Allah Rabbul Alameen said, وَلَقَدْ قَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ وَحَمَلْنَاهُمْ فِي الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ وَرَزَقْنَاهُمْ مِنَ الطَّيِّبَاتِ وَفَضَّلْنَاهُمْ عَلَى كَثِيرٍ مِّمَّنْ خَلَقْنَا تَفْضِيلًا. Indeed, we have honored the creation of Adam and his offspring, and all of us being mankind. We are the best creation of Allah. We can develop, we can move forward, not like other creation. They cannot develop like how human can develop. Very unique. Then Allah said, I have provided for you. I have provided for you all the provision that you need. That is good. Halalan tayyibah. So when we talk about business, don't forget to go back to the basic. And the basic is you must learn what is halal and what is haram first. Everybody is doing business, and business start with everything is okay because this is about our livelihood. Yeah. So anything to do with our livelihood, it start with everything mubah is okay. Remember, anything to do with livelihood, it started with okay, mubah. You can do it. Anything to do with ibadah mahdah, act of worship, you cannot just do until there is a command from Allah for you to do so. I repeat, anything to do with dunya, livelihood, about the life in this world, it started with okay, yajuz, mubah. Anything to do with act of worship, ibadah mahdah khususan, yeah, you cannot do until there is a command from Allah. Like praying, fasting, giving zakat, performing Hajj Umrah, you cannot just do it until there is a command from Almighty Allah for you to do it. Then it is a must for you to do. But dunya is for you to survive. So whatever that you used to do, you just do it first. What the tradition, the norm allow you to do from time to time, you just do it. Be active, just move forward. Until there is a command to say, this is haram, no, this is forbidden, this is prohibited, then you stop. Just the opposite of act of worship. The special act of worship, ibadah mahdah, like praying, fasting, the askar, the remembrance of Allah, how to remember Allah, and all these things. Yeah. The same go to marriage. You can get married like normal, whatever you are used to it to your tradition, yeah, whomever you like, until there's a law to say you cannot do this. Yeah, male only married with female, and vice versa. Not male and male, not female and female. Example, then you can't do it. This is just the beginning. And when we talk about the do and don't in our life, yeah, you must remember the 5 basic that is prohibited. 5 basic things. Number 1, haram in food. What kind of food is haram? Number 2, haram in drink. What kind of drink that is haram? Number 3, haram in speech. What kind of speech is haram? Number 4, haram in dressing. And number 5, haram in action. Now let us come back to business, about financial transaction. We all are aware that doing business is something that is encouraged by Islam and highly recommended by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because business is just not about dollar and cent, money. It's about connection between one another. And all of us are so aware that in Islam, what is the most basic policy in doing business to gain some income is honesty is the best policy. Islam do not allow any kind of cheating while doing business. You can find an income, but make sure that your income is based on something that is halal and honest. To the extent the Prophet ﷺ said, "Man ghashana falaysa minna." Whoever do a kind of business or do any kind of financial transaction and they lie, they cheat, he is not one of us. In the beginning, when the Prophet ﷺ remind his ummah about how to be honest, sincere, trustworthy, then Umar ibn Khattab, when he was a Khalifa, he made sure anybody who want to get involved in business must know the rule, the law, the do and don't about business. He's not talking about applying for a permission, to pay certain fees to get a license. No. Your license is the knowledge that you know that when you do business, you are not supposed to lie, to cheat. That is your license. To make it very easy for any business person, you just have to have the right knowledge. And if you are caught lying and cheating, they will come and arrest you and stop you from doing business because you are causing harm to the community. You are cheating the community. You are cheating human. You are cheating people. And people trust you and you keep on cheating and lying to them. Then they will come and they will arrest you and they will take all the profit that you have got, and they may even look for the people that you cheat and give it back to them. And call us, you cannot do business anymore. It's better for you to work. Now, when you talk about financial transaction, let us look at what is written, and what is been portrayed here. Our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam always reminds us when you do your financial transaction. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam forbid us from begging as long as we are able to earn a livelihood. Now, it's important, brother and sister, remember, we are not supposed to keep on begging without trying our best to do what we have to do first. When we don't have the means, whatever we try, we fail, then maybe we may have to beg, ask for help. In the Quran, Allah talk about sa'ilin. Sa'ilin are people who are begging. But as long as you are healthy, you have to move. Allah give us a healthy body for us to utilize it. And if you can't do business by yourself because you don't have the capital, example, then you start to be a worker. Be a good worker. Be committed. Be a person who have high discipline. Be honest, be trustworthy. Then you see your employer will be very happy with you. And they will reward you kindly. And later on, when you have some saving and some experience through your work, then you can start your own business and be your own boss. There's nothing wrong, but don't burden yourself. You don't have money, you go and borrow and do all this, and then you are caught in a situation that is difficult for you to pay back the debt. And that's where the riba come in again, and it is forbidden again. So there's a lot of things that we have to prepare ourselves when you want to do business. But remember, the Prophet forbidden us from begging as long as we are able to earn a livelihood, and informed us that those who engage in begging despite their ability to scrape a living lost their dignity in the sight of Allah and that of people. And there is a saying, a person who unnecessarily continues to beg will stand before Almighty Allah in the day of judgment. Remember, not only here, until the day of judgment, without a shred of flesh on his face. Yeah, that means there's no value. This is important, brothers and sisters. Yeah, the Prophet did give another saying. They said that the upper hand who give is always better than the lower hand who keep on asking. No? When you work, you are not asking anything. You work for it, you sweat for it. This is your halal income. Yeah? And that is very, very important. You can refer back in Sahih Bukhari and also Sahih Muslim. The Prophet even said, if a person is afflicted with poverty, refer it to people, his poverty will not be brought to an end. But if he refer it to Allah, Allah will soon give him sufficiency. Allah is telling us, the Prophet is telling us, He is the one who provides for us. هو الذي خلق لكم, and He is one وَرَزَقَكُمْ, who gives you the risk. يَرْزُقُ مَنْ يَشَاءُ. You just have to do what you have to do. It starts with what? It starts with working. No problem. Because you don't have the means to do business by yourself, to open your own business. Because when you do business, you need to have financial background. You should have financial kind of capital to start with. But there is something very, very important in our life. If you are a very hardworking person, honest, sincere, disciplined, committed, with all this good, noble character, I believe, even you don't have the money, but you have some idea, good idea. The people who trust you know that you are a good, honest, a trustworthy person. They don't mind to invest in you. You can start a business, you don't have the capital to start. They will come out with the capital. They'll give you the financial support without interest. That is the beauty of when you are honest, sincere, committed, and trustworthy. Because if any kind of interest, it involves riba. And Allah said, وَحَلَّ اللَّهُ الْبَيْءَ وَحَرَّمَ الرِّبَا. Allah make business for selling and buying halal, but He make riba, interest, completely. It's not allowed in Islam. Not only in Islam, it was haram in the early teaching of all the prophets from the same God, Allah Rabbul Alamin. Time of Moses, the time of Abraham, the time of Jesus, riba, interest is forbidden. And you can see today, if whoever get involved in interest, they are not getting better and better. They are suffering more and more. It's a kind of human exploitation. They make the poor poorer and the rich richer. This is not the Islamic way. This is the haram way. But majority of us are involved in it. If you don't have money, want to do a business, show to the people, the business people, you are a trustworthy, committed person, hardworking person. You have idea, but you don't have capital. They will support you. You see, it's very important to remember, when you depend on a human sooner or later will humiliate you. But if you depend on Allah, Allah said, وَمَا يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقُهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. Whoever have faith in Allah, whoever believe in Allah and connect themselves with Allah, then Allah will show you ways, not only one way, ways, many ways to earn a living in a halal way. And He said, He is the provider. Ar-Razzaq yarzuqu man yasha. He will provide for whom He wish He like. And who are the one that Allah will provide? For those who work hard, who want to move, not the one who just keep on staying in the mosque, praying and asking, Ya Rab, oh Allah, give me this, give me that do nothing. No. You have to do your part. Likulli haraka baraka. Remember the saying, every movement there is a blessing. You just have to move. This is what we have to do, brother and sister. Anywhere you go, even lazy, you are gone. You must be active. Yeah? Now, Islam respects all types of occupation in any field, trading, industry, services, investment, or in any other field, as long as they are halal and do not involve in any wrongdoing whatsoever. As long as haram. It's not haram. Sorry, as long as not haram. You know, sometimes I just want to show you something that we are not aware of. Anything that Allah make haram for you as a Muslim, as a believer, any income from that is haram. Now I show you some simple guideline. Allah said, it's haram for you to eat pork. Example. Haram for you to gamble. Example. So anything that you produce that lead to gambling is also haram. If the mean of this product is to lead you to gambling. I hope you understand that. Anything that intoxicates you is haram. So for you to plant grapes, harvest grape, or any kind of fruit is halal. But if you want to produce juices, it's still halal. But if you really want to do it to be a wine, to turn it to be a liquor that intoxicate people, that is your reason to come up with this kind of farming. To produce wine, then it is haram for you to do that. Example, if I am supplying grape to an industry that they want to make the grape into liquor and wine. So for me to support that kind of industry, I am involved in subahan, meaning I have been involved in something haram. People who are doing business, example, you open a stationery shop. Is that halal, haram? Stationery is halal. You are selling paper, books, or the writing material, color, pens, and everything. That's halal. But in the same time, you are selling books, teaching how to lie, teaching people how to commit shirk. You're selling book talking about all this numbering, how to gamble, example. All this is haram because you are encouraging, supporting something that is haram. And it's very important. A lot of people don't know this. Selling idols, idol worshipping is haram. It's not for you to play around, no. You sell what is halal. So a lot of people involved in this kind of business, they don't care. Oh, I'm not the one who do it. I didn't produce it. I'm just a shop, and people will send. I will take some, maybe percentage from the sale. Even that, because that thing is haram according to Islam. Now, why we have to do that, brother and sister? Islam is not just about praying, fasting, but it's a way of life. Nizamul hayat. Islam respect all types of occupation. Indeed, Islam informed us that Prophet engaged in decent occupation prevalent in their societies. As the Prophet said, Allah did not send a prophet who did not tend sheep or are shepherds. Allahu Akbar. They don't just keep quiet and keep on praying and preaching without doing anything. They themselves have to do something. And they have to survive too. And always they know that the upper hand is better than the lower hand. When you have something extra, you can give, you can help the poor and the needy. But if you don't have, then what can you do? You become helpless. I remember there's some saying of the Prophet again. He said that Al-Mu'min manfaatun, a believer always bring benefit to themselves, to others. وَلَا تَكُونُوا قَلَّا عَلَى النَّاسِ. And don't be a nuisance, don't be a burden to anybody. That is the basic principle of Islam. So we must prove to ourselves, if we are a believer, we have to do what Allah wants us to do. But remember, at the end of the day, who is the one who provides for us? Allah. You just do what you have to do. You see the blessing of Allah will come. Remember, there is a say, the prayer of a traveler will not be rejected. But then in the time of the Prophet, there is an Arab, a Bedouin who came and said, Ya Rasulullah, I have been asking Allah. I raised my hand up to the sky and said, Ya Rab, oh God, Allah, give me this, give me that. But there's no response from God. What happened to my dua? He was asking the Prophet. The Prophet said, the dua, the prayer of a traveler is powerful, will not be rejected. And he was a traveler, and he's been asking. He was asking Allah, but no response. So the Prophet said, Inna Allah tayyib la yaqbalu illa tayyiba. Allah is good, will not accept anything except from something that is good. What do you mean by that? The companion asked the Prophet, he said, if your food and your drink and your dress that cover your body is not from halal source, then your prayer will not be accepted by Allah. He got another surprise. I'm dressing like you, Ya Rasulullah, Arab dress, the Arabic male dress, jubba. I eat what is halal. I drink what is halal. I don't drink intoxicant drink. What do you mean by haram food, haram dream, and haram drink and haram dress? He said, even it's halal, but the income that brought by that food is from a haram income. He said, it's a riba income. You stole the money from somebody and use that money to buy halal food. That food become haram. This is what haram and halal is important, for all the believers. And you can see that a lot of teaching of our Prophet is telling us that Prophet Zachariah was a carpenter. All prophets also have their own kind of activities, their own kind of business. Different time, people prefer to focus on different kind of business. A person who engaged in an occupation with the intention of supporting himself and his family and helping the needy will be abundantly rewarded for his effort. This is also very important. Because Islam is not just about getting rich, having financial, yeah, stability, but also Allah said, yeah, wa anfiqu mimma razaqnahu. Everything that Allah have granted us, provide for us, you must prepare to give back, to help the poor and the needy. So Islam, when you do business, is not talking about getting rich for yourself. Yeah. But also you must think of how can you utilize whatever God have given us to help the poor and the needy. So it's also about human connection, not just about you and me. No. I don't think you can do any business without any interaction. Every transaction involve other parties. So it's a hablum minan nas. It is a responsibility, a relationship between we and fellow mankind. So that's why Islam wants all of us to learn how to live together as a family. All type of transactions are generally allowed in Islam, mubah in general. Yeah, yeah. As a general rule allowed in Islam, this including selling, buying, leasing, and all kind of transaction which people need in their everyday life. We survive because of all these activities, with the exception of those things which are forbidden due to their innate impurity or the manner they are required. Things that are prohibited due to their innate impurity, such as, this is just an example, brothers and sisters, yeah, to show you some example. These are things which Allah had declared lawful due to their innate impurity, and therefore must not be sold, purchased, leased, manufactured, or put into circulation. What is the thing? Just some example. The flesh of dogs and pigs. Even we are not eating it. Some people are eating. Some people just eat everything. But we know this is haram for us as a Muslim. We will not get involved, yeah, in any business related to the flesh of dogs and pig. Dead animals or any part of them that is not slaughtered with the name of Allah is considered maitata, dead animal, dead meat, more on the land kind of animal. Anything the sea you can eat, but anything on land that is not slaughtered, even is haram, like chicken is halal, yeah, and beef, mutton, all this halal. But if you do not slaughter with the name of Almighty Allah, who created all this, and you don't seek His permission, then it become a dead animal that is haram. Alcoholic drink, when you know it's written there, and this is liquor, and the content of this drink is to intoxicate a person. Anything that intoxicate a person, even a bit for you to taste, is haram. The Prophet did mention anything is haram by nature, even a bit is also haram. You cannot say, I think if I take a bit, I won't get drunk. Nothing. Yeah. Also about drugs and all other substances which are injuries, yeah, to health. Hashish, example. People plant hashish. Hashish purely is to make people go high. It's haram. All this kind of drug. And whoever involved in that. Material that aim to spread immorality, such as pornographic tapes, magazine, and website, is haram. Sometimes people who are selling books and so on, they don't care. Today you have shop purely just selling all these bad things. And some even, yeah, a lot of, I would say that all these stationery shops, yeah, are selling a lot of magazine that is not allowed. Very immoral kind of thing. You know? This is all to corrupt the mind of the people, the young generation. Yeah? Idols or anything that is worshipped beside or instead of Allah. This is just some example. Not only, we cannot eat or drink all the haram thing, but we cannot also get involved in promoting or we get involved in selling it, participating. Yeah? Things that are prohibited due to the manner they are required. These are things which are naturally lawful but have become unlawful due to the manner in which they are acquired, causing harm to individual, society at large. You see, we talk about not only about you, brothers and sisters. Anything we do in Islam, you also involve the society. This is hablu minallah, hablu minannas. Yeah? It's important. Yeah? Things which generate transaction unlawful are usury, riba, deception, injustice, gambling. We will clarify those in the coming classes. Yeah? This is just a humble reminder for all of us, because people who are involved in business today, they just don't care. As long as it brings profit to them, money making, they can use human for anything, to the extent that prostitution and all this, everything goes. They don't care. We should help those who are involved in this kind of industry. Maybe they are forced into it. So we should try to find a better way to free them from that kind of livelihood. That should be our intention, but not to exploit the people further and further. May Allah guide us. May Allah give us the right understanding, brothers and sisters, that we are not here just for ourselves, even we are going to engage with other people. But you must remember, you must engage with them with honesty, with truthfulness, with what is right, not just anything goes. May Allah bless us, may Allah guide us. If there's any question and answer, now we're open for a Q&A. We hope our beginning of this talk on financial transaction will benefit all of us. Alhamdulillah to Sister Tara, thoughts from LA. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, sister. May Allah bless you wherever you are and protect you and grant you health. What does Islam say about shifting to another city or area during time like this coronavirus pandemic? Any place that you want to go, make sure it is better than the one that you are staying in now. The migration that is allowed in Islam is migrating to something better, not just to migrate yourself to a place where there are a lot of people, but it's also very unsafe. So it depends. I wouldn't have the right answer for you because I don't really understand whether the place that you want to migrate is better for your iman, for your deen or not. If it's better for your deen, then we should plan and be ready to do the migration. I never fail to learn something new or see things in new perspective during class. Always, if you look in Islam, there's so many things to learn, brother and sister. As long as you are there, you are ready to seek knowledge, Allah will expose to you more and more and make you feel so relaxed that everything that you want to do in life is in Islam. You just have to have the spirit of learning. In Islam, The learning process is from cradle to grave. There's no end. Another sister, Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah. The Jamaya watching from US. Oh, Alhamdulillah. May Allah Rabbul Alameen bless all of you who are far away. But deep in the heart, we always pray for all of you who have been following our class. Yeah? Always learning some of that. May Allah subhanahu bless that family. Alhamdulillah. Thank you for your prayer, and may Allah bless all of you and your family wherever you are. A friend of mine, there's a question from Haris Kalais. Indulge in gambling which is haram. When he win, he consider it as risky from God. I can't seem to comprehend as the activity is haram. He maintain it is still a risky. Of course, anything can be a risky. The risky is divided into two: halal risky and haram risky. It's still a food. It's like what the travelers was asking the Prophet. It's a risky, but if you get the haram income, even you buy halal food, that is not considered as halal because it's the source is haram. But it's a risky. Normally people say any income, any profit is a risky. Like people who are cheating in doing business, also they say, oh, I'm so smart. No, I lie and I cheat, I get more profit. Yeah. This is an old stuff. I say this is new. And especially online today, brothers and sisters, be very careful about the people who want to cut down a lot of other kind of expenses. If you have a shop, you have to pay the maintenance and so on. Yeah, there are so many other fees to be added. So they want to do business online. It's okay. You cut down a lot of other expenses. There's no problem. But make sure that whatever you, anything that you advertise, anything that you say it written down to the people is true. It's not like hidden agenda that I'm not going to. No, I say you do this, but later on you are not doing it. You say that, oh, this is guarantee, so good, and people trust you. But you have the element of cheating. You know that it's not true. You are not going to give them the product that you say, that you have advertised. Na'uzubillah. A lot of people have been cheated today. Why? Because we have all these liars who's involved in doing business. May Allah protect us, brother. Be very, very careful. Yeah, still, when I said, they said, he gambled in Malaysia through illegal avenues. A gambling is forbidden for Muslim. Yeah, wherever he gambling is haram. Whether in Malaysia or in any country, is haram. I'm at the hospital alone. Please pray for me. There's somebody says, Walaikum salam, I'm at the hospital. May Allah SWT grant you fast recovery. Yeah, and also keep on remembering Allah. Don't forget. Even you are in the hospital, don't disconnect yourself with Allah. Don't forget to pray and ask Allah for guidance. Yeah, Allah help those who help themselves. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Everyone, we hope this. Okay. So prayer. Get well soon. May all be ease for you, inshallah. Remember tuhur, inshallah. La'bats tuhur, inshallah. That the Prophet said when somebody is not well, he said just have patience and inshallah Allah will purify yourself. Yeah. And also Allah will reward you for your sabr. Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam. Will angel enter a house or room if there is any stuff, animal plus toy? No, anything that like toy or any images that is not being hang and display. It's something that like toy the children will play, throw it away, and they will just kick it, have no value. Then it is still okay. The only thing that the Prophet forbid is anything that you display, you admire, you hang it on the wall in the image of human or animal, then the angel of mercy won't enter. Ustaz, this is Zulfikar Alwani. It's true when you still do riba, when you still do riba, Allah and the Prophet ﷺ challenge you into war. Yes, yeah. There's a dalil on that, that whoever keep on doing that, thought that from riba you get all the provision, Allah will declare war with you. Correct. Yeah. But you, Persian, Salam, we understand interest in Islam, but how can we avoid such as buying house and car? We know that, brothers, there's a lot of things happening around us, and it's so difficult. We know it's difficult, but we must have the intention that we want to get out from it. Number one, we must have the intention, and Allah will make it easy. Your life is temporary in this world. You have the means, you can buy anything you want. If no, you just have extra patience, work harder, and Allah will show us the way. Allah promised us, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. You must have that faith. Whoever have faith in me, have taqwa, I will show him ways to overcome the problem of riba. And I will provide for you. May Allah bless us, may Allah guide us, may Allah forgive us for our wrongdoing, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant all of us halal income. Anything more? One more question. There's one more last question, then I will sign off, and Brother Sharif will come in after that. Are we allowed to buy health insurance and life insurance policy to have health and financial security, provided they do not have any interest component attached to it? Yeah, the only thing that I am aware and been exposed in a discussion about insurance is that you can buy educational insurance, health insurance, but not life insurance, because that you put a price on your life. So that's the only thing that I'm aware of, and may Allah guide us, try to make sure that our life, we depend on Allah, not on any insurance, but for the health, because this is like you want to drive a car, you need to have a insurance policy to cover in case you are involved in an accident, you knock somebody down, and so on. All that is thing that is allowed, then we can get involved. May Allah bless us, and may Allah guide us. Wabillahi tawfiq wa akhir da'wana walhamdulillah alamin. And don't forget to pray for us, and we will always remember all of it in our prayer. May Allah bless all the sister and the brother who was far away, Sister Tara. May Allah, make us among the righteous people. Amin. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Sudah.